morning. It's such a joy to connect with you in this way. My text is from Genesis chapter 32, verses from 22 to 30. Now, if you have Bibles, let's turn to that chapter 32 and let's read together from 22 to 30th verse. That night, Jacob got up and took his 2 wives, his 2 female servants, and his 11 sons, and crossed the ford of the Jabbok. And after he had sent them across the stream, he sent over all his possessions. So Jacob was left alone. A man wrestled with him till daybreak. When the man saw that he could not overpower him, he touched the socket of Jacob's hip, so that his hip was wrenched as he wrestled with the man. Then the man said, "Let me go, for it is a daybreak." But Jacob replied, "I will not let you go unless you bless me." The man asked him, "What's your name?" "Jacob," he answered. Then the man said, "Your name will no longer be Jacob, but Israel, because you have struggled with God and with humans and have overcome." Jacob said, "Please tell me your name." But he replied, "Why do you ask my name?" Then he blessed him there. So Jacob called that place Peniel, saying, "It is because I saw God face to face, yet my life was spared." Now we're going to learn 3 important principles from Jacob. A man, in a way, quarantined himself. The minute we talk about Jacob, what comes to your mind? A deceiver, a cheater, a liar, a man who loves money, a man who loves women, a man who runs behind wealth. He can do anything to acquire wealth for himself, and that we have read in the chapters. Now, in spite of all the shortcomings, still God blessed Jacob. Now, what made God to bless this man? The first thing that he did was Jacob sat alone with God. I know we are all busy people. Even during this quarantine, we are busy watching TV. We are busy working things at home. We are busy cleaning various things at home. We are busy in social media. Maybe you are working from home. You are busy from working from home, busy listening to various messages. The key for God's blessing is to sit alone with God. If I have to ask you this question, how much time do you spend in seeking God? My friend, it is so important that you and I need to sit alone with God. I know we are busy with various things, busy with a lot of work, but if you need God's blessing upon your life, you and I need to sit alone with God. Jacob realized that it is so important for God's blessing upon his life. A man who was running after so many things, he left alone. He said, "Let me sit with God. Let me chase God now. It's important for me, for his blessing upon my life." He chose to sit alone with God. If you need God's blessing upon your life, you need to sit alone with God. The second thing that we see, he was hungry for God. He was desperate for God's blessing. He wants God more than anything else. And he made this powerful statement saying, "I will not let you go until you bless me." Are you hungry for God? Are you desperate for God? Are you passionate about him? Do you love his word? Are you hungry to listen to his word? Are you hungry to seek him? Are you desperate? How much desperate you are? How much time that you take in seeking God, his word, seeking him? Now Jacob was very hungry for God. He said, "God, I will not let you go until you bless me." He was desperate for God's blessing. Are you desperate for God's blessing? Are you passionate for him? Jacob was hungry for him. He was desperate for his blessing. He said, "God, I will not leave you. I will not leave you. I need your touch upon my life. I need your touch upon my life, Lord. And I want you more than anything. I am desperate for you. And that's what Jacob told God. I'm hungry. The third thing that we see is he was honest with God. Now, if you look back previous chapters, when his father asked him, "What's your name?" Jacob said, "I'm Esau." He lied to his father. If you look at the scriptures now, when God asked him, "What's your name?" he said, "I am Jacob." In a way, he said, "I am a cheater." In a way, he said, "I am a liar. I am a deceiver." You need to be honest with God. Jacob was honest with God. The key for God's blessing is being honest with God. It is so important that you and I be honest in everything that we do. It's important for if you want God to bless you, you need to be honest with Him. And we see Jacob was very honest with God. He said, "God, I'm being honest with you." He said, "I'm a deceiver. I'm a cheater." In a way that he was confessing himself that he is a sinner. And God said, "You'll no longer be Jacob, but Israel." God touched him. God blessed him. And he became Israel. Now, if you need God's blessing upon your life, you need to sit alone with God. You need to be hungry for God. And third thing, you need to be honest with God. Even during this quarantine, that you take time to sit. You take time to listen. You take time asking God's blessing upon you and upon your family. And as you do this and I'm sure if God can bless Jacob, He will bless you. Have a blessed time, especially during this quarantine. And even as we pray, ask God's blessing upon you and upon your family. I want you to just close your eyes wherever you are. For a minute, we'll ask God's blessing upon you and upon your family. Father, this morning, Lord, as we come before you, Lord, we need your blessing on our lives, Lord. Father, just pray for your blessing, Lord. Father, as Jacob prayed, Lord, I will not leave this place until you bless me, Lord. Father, just come, Lord. Lord, even as we sit alone with you, even as we seek your face, Lord, even as we spend time, Lord, during this quarantine, Lord, introspecting, Lord, our lives, oh Father, Father, that you will speak to us, you will minister to us, that you will change the things that is not right in our lives, Lord. As Jacob introspected himself, Father, help us, Lord, to introspect, Lord, our lives, oh God, and help us, Lord, to be honest in everything that we do. And help us, Lord, to live a life that is pleasing to you. We commit our lives and our family, Lord, into your hands. Bless us, Lord, that you will continue to be with us, that you will continue to protect us, O God, and bless each one of us, Lord. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Have a blessed day. See you soon.